Hello, hello, hello there, little ponies. This is Nightlife again, and well, I'm a bit pooped, especially after that all-nighter I pulled last night. Oh well, it was well spent, wasn't it? So it is approximately 10 in the p.m. or 10 o'clock in the p.m. and I need sleep. Yes, even the, even I need sleep, but I don't. I can't resist your screams of my fans. So, and yes, some pony quite literally screamed for more Octavia and Vinyl. Oh, the capitals. So many capitals. Oh well. Uh, oh, I forgot that I turned the trackpad off. I am very terribly sorry that I can't get more out. You see, I've just started to get down to get the whole ticket in Minecraft thing down. So yeah, let's try something. All right, let me start this. Okay, this is chapter 6 of Vinyl and Octavia University Days by Dawn Fade. I really hope you enjoy it, especially ye who shall not be named. Person that yelled at me. Oh well. This is for you. Octavia felt more than a little ridiculous wearing the university design saddle. She'd so far resisted the urge to refer to herself as a walking billboard, but only out of respect for Vinyl. The unicorn was very insistent that she wear it for some reason. I'm gonna stop right. Do y'all know where we left off? Yes. In case you forgot, Octavia is unwittingly going to be a model for Vinyl's art class. So that, yes. Mm-hmm. Hi ho diggity. Hold up. It appears I've just now gotten a new message from the Broniator. Or from Broniator. They want more. Project Horizons. I can't resist. I can't resist a request from my fans. Oh well. And to you, Mr. Cali Kiwi, shouting at me to make more Vinyl Octavia fanfic readings. For shame. No, I'm playing. Oh well. Let's get right back to it, shall we? It wasn't the style. It wasn't the style that was the problem, for it was quite a cute thing that rode nicely on her flank, but rather the big WMU on the side. Octavia tried not to be as fussy about fashion as her mother, but honestly, who wants to wear words on their clothes? The whole point of wearing things was to make a visually engaging statement, and having letters just seemed redundant. But you see letters, do you not? Regardless of her true feelings, the cellist maintained a pleasantly unconcerned demeanor as she accompanied Vinyl into the empty classroom. What exactly will I be doing? The DJ scratched the back of her head. Standing still, I guess. Think you're up to it? You're hilarious. The first pony other than them to arrive was the teacher. A mare with a pale green coat and a gray distinguished distinguished mane. She gave the pair a friendly smile and had a decidedly easygoing air about her. Hello, Vinyl, and you must be the mare we've heard so much about. It would appear so. Octavia glanced at Vinyl, wondering what exactly so much entailed. Uh-huh. Is it in the air, or is it not? Pepe Le Pew. The teacher also possessed a remarkable ability to sense her thoughts. That was a joke, dear. Val hasn't told us anything about you. I see you will certainly meet our needs, however. It's been a while since we practiced on models who actually live up to their title. No, it's frozen. Yeah. Okay, there it goes. The cellist smiled and tipped her head gracefully. You flatter me. I'm just happy to be of assistance. Ooh, excuse me. You remind me of my niece. So polite, that one. But I'll have to insist you take that saddle off. We're studying the body, not the clothes. Inwardly sighing in relief, Octavia slipped the saddle off and deposited it on a table. Vanel's mouth opened as if to interject, but before she could say anything, the rest of the class arrived en masse. The DJ slipped away to a desk. Slipped away. The DJ slipped away to a desk far away from the gray mare, and began to unpack her equipment. It felt somewhat awkward, standing at the front of the class beside the teacher. For a brief, surreal moment, she thought it was high school once again, and she was being called upon to give a speech for which she had not prepared. Shaking her head to gain freedom from those thoughts, she smirked slightly. Unprepared for a speech? Now that was surreal. Alright, class. As I told you last week, we're going to practice drawing correctly proportioned ponies. The teacher raised a hoof towards the cellist. Assisting us today is the beautiful... I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name. What do you get your name? Is it Annette? Better be a big one. The fault is mine. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Octavia. A few murmurs passed through the class, and most of the stallions sat up straighter, suddenly very keen on paying attention. Ooh. Vinyl rolled her eyes, and as Shady followed suit. Careful, your eyes are going to fall out if you stare any harder, she whispered, earning the satisfaction of seeing him become aware of his behavior. Hey, I have no control over my eyes, dude. They get what they want, and right now they want some of that flank. Know what I'm saying? He hissed back, grinning madly. Oh, you have no idea. And neither do I. You're such a perv. I can't say such. I can't say you're such. And I just said it. What the heck? You're such a prude. Lionel snorted at that, and soon both of them were muffling their laughter. It was a good few minutes before they realized that the class had begun sketching, and they quickly got to work. Octavia looked slightly uncomfortable standing alone now that the teacher had sat down at her desk, yet she managed to remain completely motionless. And a more interesting subject Vinyl had never experienced. 3 glowing pencils drew at the same time on. I really wish I could do that. Really. Heck, I'd suffer drawing, period. I can't draw for shit. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a bit of a slip on my part. See, I haven't slept in over 24 hours. Well, going on 48, actually. Oh, well. It was a good few minutes. Yeah. 3 glowing pencils in a sheet, each at different pressures and angles, carving a monochrome cellist out of reality. Caught in an the heck was that? Caught in an explosion of light that seemed to permeate and enhance the sunlight upon caught in an explosion of light that seemed to permeate and enhance her, like the sun shining upon clouds. Her little Octavia seemed to be more real than the classroom around her. The mare herself noticed that the ponies were slowly turning one by one to look back at the DJ, who was feverishly scratching at the paper with several white haze pencils. Octavia had never seen Val so completely absorbed in something before. It was truly a new perspective. Oh. Ah. A burst of inspiration. It's been. I know what that's like. Do you? Eventually, even the teacher ambled on over and peeked at her work. As much as she hated to interrupt, it was unavoidable. Um, Vinyl, sorry, dear. The sketch is supposed to be realistic. The white unicorn frowned, and the pencils paused mid-stroke. She picked up the page and held it aloft, comparing the subject to her work. What are you talking about? It looks exactly like her. Octavia desperately wanted to charge over and snatch the paper for herself, but she resisted the urge and focused on saying it. Uh, I I think I know what's going on. Yeah, it is. I read ahead a little bit. I'm sorry. It's a little bit um impressionistic. What? How? Vinyl asked defensively. Um, the teacher leaned down so she couldn't be overheard. Well, to my eyes, Octavia doesn't seem to be glowing with ethereal light. I think you might be having the artistic version of a Freudian slip. The cellist saw Vinyl's eyes widen in response to the mayor's whispers, and a dark blush flooded her white cheeks in a most fascinating way. Uh, drawing porn in the classroom. That's a no-no. It's a no-no, Vinyl. What in a question was she embarrassed about? Did she make a mistake? The DJ closed her notebook and began packing up, accompanied by a chorus of disappointed groans, and as the rest of the class was denied a chance to go over her work. The teacher didn't ask why, nor did she try to stop her. Instead, she returned to the front of the class and drew attention away from Vinyl by discussing how to position cutie marks correctly. Octavia tried to catch the unicorn's eye, but she seemed to look everywhere but her. In a moment, she swept out the door and she swept at the door. In moments, she swept out the door, blue hair bobbing. Trapped under the gaze of a dozen students, there was nothing she could do until the end of class, or until the class ended. Take note of how her cutie mark is in the center of each flank, and be careful when drawing her treble clef. Those of you who haven't studied music might find it. Oh, oh, oh. Exclaimed the dark stallion who had sat beside Vinyl. All attention turned to him as he quickly stammered an explanation. I just realized what I was doing wrong. A few sniggers was all the social punishment he received for interrupting the teacher, and he quickly returned to staring at the cellist's cutie mark. It was slightly more humiliating than she had expected. Perhaps that was why Vinyl had tried to make her wear the saddle. It covered that area rather well. So many questions. She hoped her DJ friend would be up for very long phone calls tonight. Granted, she would be tired. Vinyl had her music theory class straight after drawing. Well, tomorrow they would definitely go to get the chat. Friday was Psych Day, and they would be putting their new tactic into it. Their new tactic. They would be putting their new tactic into action. After that, Vinyl would have to face the music. I see what you did there. Psych patrolled the front of the class, wild red mane and tail bobbing with energy. His mane and tail were throbbing with energy. How would the mane and tail even do that? Unless you're like Celestia or Luna, and it's just like wing boner. That's it. Earth pony wing boner. I am the crazy pony. 2 plus 2 equals 5. Or, in 2 plus 2 equals 10. And there is a formula which this actually works. Base 2, if anyone knows what that means, kudos. If not, think ones and zeros. Wow! He exclaimed. A few moments passed and my throat is very. Oh, more frogs in my throat than foggy bottom fog. Oh well. A few moments passed as he continued to pace. Wow! He said again. I mean, can you believe it? We're already in week 5. I don't know about you lot, but I feel like we've really bonded over the last few classes. Especially our favorite pair. Instantly, all eyes snapped to both mares, who sat on opposite sides of the class as usual. Wait, so if all eyes snapped to them, does that mean that every single pony in the classroom save Octavia and Vinyl pulled a derpy? 'Cause that would be awesome. Synchronized max derp eyes. Set eyes to maximum derp. Synchronize. Yeah. Well. They didn't even open their mouths, showing no reactions. Psych raised an eyebrow and gave it another shot. So, how was the movie? Again, no visible sign they had even heard him. Finding no entertainment in the silence, the tutor cut his losses. Alright, let's just move on. Now the next assignment. He launched into a list of what was expected, and the ponies quickly began riding. All thoughts of the 2 mares forgotten. From across the classroom, Vinyl desperately wanted to wink or smirk at Octavia in celebration of their apparent success, but he knew it could cost them dearly if some pony noticed. Not like a fallen equestrian. For the majority of the class was focused on riding. One particular unicorn, who happened to have a lyra on her flank, didn't take her eyes off the DJ for a moment. Her left eye was darkened by a bruise, giving her quite a terrifying scowl. Interestingly, Bonbon sat at a different table today, and winced every time her left forehoof touched something. Bonbon. Don't worry, she gets what she has coming. She gets a good bitch slap. With no long-winded arguments to extend the class, it lasted barely another 20 minutes before Psych reluctantly let every pony go. Sorry, every pony. I guess I started playing these things around their arguments, and now they're clearly conspiring to disrupt my class. He looked between the two quickly. No? Alright, fine. Same time next week, every pony. So wait, 1 class every week? Sweet! Surprisingly, he actually seemed a bit confused by their tact. As they dispersed, Vinyl took her usual path up the hill towards the main court. Octavia suppressed the urge to catch up and began yawning steady over here. Crap, I lost my voice. Crap. Okay. Octavia suppressed the urge to catch up and began interrogating the DJ. She had waited all day for this. She could wait a few minutes longer. Unfortunately, that insufferable green unicorn was going the same way. glaring at Vinyl from behind. With her in the way, there was no way Octavia would be able to speak to Vinyl in private. Lyra seemed intent on not leaving the DJ out of her sight. Not leaving her out of her sight. How the buck does that work? Not letting the DJ out of her sight. With no other option, the cellist resigned herself to trying a late-night conversation. It irked her that things kept obstructing her righteous questioning. Righteous inquisition! But she kept calm and changed course, heading back to her flat. So help her if Vinyl didn't answer the phone. Calling Vinyl. It was only midnight, but Octavia couldn't wait any longer. She had never realized just how boring being alone was. It was so quiet. More than once she'd wished she could hear Vinyl snorting back a laugh, or speaking loudly and giggling between words like she did when she was feeling playful. She'd sometimes wave her hooves around excitedly when ideas occurred to her, or when the cellist confessed she hadn't listened to certain artists. You're joking, right? She'd say, then raise her eyebrows, indicating that her eyes were wide behind the glasses. Not in the slightest. I told you I don't listen to much of that dubstep. Oh, okay. It's Octavia. I make an exception and not bitch your ass out. Dubstep is awesome. Especially a certain remix of this Song of Time. Octavia would reply, further inciting shocked reactions from Vinyl. But it's the greatest kind of music ever. Ever. Hey, hello? Yo, Octavia, are you there or what? Hey, wow, why are you asleep? Snapping out of her daze, she quickly remembered what she was doing. Oh, hello, Vinyl. Sorry, I was distracted. All good. What's up? For a moment, her mind blanked. What was so important again? There was a muffled crunching from the other end, meaning Vinyl was having a midnight snack. She always ate like a pig, yet and still managed to stay the perfect weight. Maybe she could ask her how she does it. How are you not fat? Maybe she should ask how she does it. How are you not fat? A pause. What? Octavia reddened and mentally kicked herself. I'm sorry, ignore that. I keep getting distracted tonight. After a moment, during which Vinyl was probably weighing whether to investigate further, the crunching resumed. No worries, I guess. What did I want? What I did want to talk to you was about the drawing class. The crunching slowed slightly. Yeah? The DJ's voice sounded cautious. I was wondering why you ran out halfway through the lesson. I was done. Oh my. Done? Done. Finished the sketch and the dude let me go. Oh, that's it? She just finished early? That didn't explain her avoidance of the cellist. Although she... Yawns, so many yawns. All the yawns, look at all the yawns. Quick, they're falling from the sky. Quick, somebody pick them up. Although, did she really avoid her? Or am I just so needy I require attention at all times? Yep, the Earth Pony was slightly startled until the DJ could not, in fact, read minds and was instead trying to continue the conversation. I suppose with that out of the way, what are you doing tomorrow? I got a whole heap of stuff lined up this weekend. I don't think we'll have time to chill until Monday. Octavia couldn't help but feel slightly hurt, but she did her best to squash the feeling. That's okay. However, we both had 2 lectures on Monday. There's no way we'll have time to talk to... It was a time to talk and do what we normally do. She trailed off. Hey, this is really off topic, but did you know that lectures aren't compulsory? They actually record them so students can listen to them later. I I do know that, yes. But considering I live on campus, I don't really have an excuse to miss them. Bile chuckled lightly. I'm glad to hear that. So, by the time your second lecture ends, like, it'll be like midday, right? The child wasn't sure how this any of this was relevant. Yes, that's correct. And your first lecture starts at 8:30. And your first lecture. Yeah, 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 yeah. The hell? Well, and your first lecture starts at 8:30. Yes. What do you do during your break between lectures? I'm not sure where you're going with this, but usually I'll get something to eat and study in the library. Now she was really confused. Uh huh. All right, that works out awesomely. I promise you, Octavia, we'll find some time to chill on Monday. Do you remember why? Hmm. Oh where did that fishy go? A fish, a fish, a fishy. Oh. Eh. You have. You're being very strange tonight. Have Have you been drinking? Huh. The cellist asked wearily. What? No, but that does give me an idea. Sorry, babe. I gotta go. Later. With a click, Octavia was alone again. No doubt Vinyl was off to a bar to get extremely drunk for no discernible reason. That was one activity they would never share. Hiding behind her age might work now, but what she but that would change in a few weeks' time. Then, well, she'd cross that bridge when she came to it. It would be tough. Wait, did Val just call me babe? Octavia almost squealed. My first nickname. That's more of a pet name. More of a Freudian slip on her part. So yeah, that's the end of this chapter. Apparently Octavia was, or not Octavia, Vinyl was drawing Klopp in class. Or very suggestive, or artwork of a mature nature. Not necessarily Klopp. Hmm. With some certain features exaggerated or given an expressionist. The hell was that? You know? This has been a relatively short chapter, so yeah, about half an hour. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube and Tumblr, and then I shall be off to bed. Good night, every pony. This is Nightlife signing out. Good night, and whatever.